Welcome to today's Eagle blogging video, which is about outreach or call message on LinkedIn, a survival guide. The stuff I'll cover. So I got a LinkedIn Sales Navigator trial, then just like cold email, but within the platform. Then the workflow AI suggested, what I learned in practice, lessons from when I started an agency, and the possibilities are endless. First, I got a LinkedIn Sales Navigator trial. Why did I get it? Because it's worth between $100 and $120 a month. Well, I was a fan and paid user of LinkedIn Education, which allows you to keep your certificates in your LinkedIn profile. That's probably why I got a Sales Navigator trial as a customer. Now, let me tell you what it is. It's a whole professional ecosystem. Through Sales Navigator, you can use the platform for a complete sales pipeline. You can search for leads, companies, and actually reach out to them. Now, I won't give you a tour, but we'll explain how to use one of its most important features, which is email. It's just like call email, but within the platform. Now, it's amazing the amount of leads you'll find inside the platform, both users as well as companies. You can use the interface as a CRM. You can save leads, you can reach out to them through message. They're called emails. You get around 50 a month. Remember that LinkedIn is a closed platform, and you cannot just get the leads just like that. So you got to work within the company's boundaries. I must say that when I was nearly exhausting the emails, I got provisioned with the same amount of emails again for free, which is around 50 of those. Now, the workflow AI suggested for outreach. Was I missing something? Today, well, if you don't use AI, you may ask the same question and you will miss something. So it's wise to check if the AI gives you good advice. So it suggested me the following: choosing among a few message subjects. Now, the subject line, which is really critical. Now, then a personalized phrase. Now, a few truths of the service I was proposing, and finally a closing, which was setting a virtual appointment. Now, what I learned in practice, that people are open to interactions, and in this way, you skip all the bureaucracy of going through, the company's stated personnel and gatekeepers. So one-on-one conversations don't look like spam. The call to action doesn't need to take the user to another platform. You can continue the whole conversation until closing the sale through messages. So this means that you don't have to take your customers elsewhere, to Zoom, to another video platform. You just can keep the conversation through messages, which is sometimes great. Marketing tip: online meetings are often reserved for high ticket sales, but somehow AI is treated as a default, and it assumes you're an agency or charging a high amount for your services, which is not always the case. Lessons from when I started an agency. Now, you may think looking like a big company is always advantageous, but it's not always the case. People naturally believes that the price includes the work of many people if you're selling yourself like an agency, and usually the sales cycle lasts way longer, and perhaps you don't want that. They assume your prices are far from cheap, which actually eliminates a lot of potential customers. You can grow a freelance practice into an agency, but where you're an agency, you cannot, or it will be extremely hard to downgrade it to a freelance practice, and that's it. Now, do your basic marketing work and be aware of AI's biases, which you can just don't know, which you can not know if you don't do the work. You have to do the work to see where the boundaries are and how it applies to you. And finally, the possibilities are endless. Outreach is an amazing tool to get customers. You can close sales at a high speed by, of course, providing value and without cumbersome processes and business bureaucracies. Call messaging, including in LinkedIn, can be what your business needs not only to survive but to prosper. And finally, much of what you've seen so far can be applied to email outreach campaigns. The end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.